Tyson from Machine Shop Kettlebell Concepts. You're watching Machine Shop Solutions. The Turkish get-up is a classic strongman movement that has become a mainstay in functional strength training programs. It's an excellent movement for developing overhead stability and overall strength. In this special extended holiday edition, we'll look at 4 different ways to change up the exercise for some variety or to accomplish specialized goals. Keep in mind that these are relatively advanced variations and should not be attempted until you learn proper technique for the basic get-up and performed one with about half your body weight. The Turkish get-up is a full body exercise, but the upper body can rarely sustain a heavy enough load overhead to truly challenge the lower body. By elevating the working foot, you can increase the range of motion for the lunge, making it much harder. It's also harder to stabilize through the midline in the second stage of the movement when you transition into the lunge itself. This is called the decline Turkish get-up. Like any other exercise, resistance can be accommodated throughout the range of motion, so that as you incorporate more musculature, the load increases. Using chains and an extra kettlebell, the swinging will demand extreme lateral stabilization on top of the extra weight. Because the overhead position occurs halfway through a repetition of the Turkish get-up, an extra movement can easily be inserted before beginning the descent. An overhead squat can be inserted, or even a two-handed anyhow. But since the Turkish get-up is not dynamic in nature, inserting a dynamic movement like a snatch or a thruster usually produces a much more interesting effect. For safety reasons, Turkish get-ups with overhead insertions should always be done near the beginning of a workout when you're fresh. A more extreme variation of the Turkish get-up can be performed by hooking the kettlebell to a resistance band that's fixed off to the side. This will fully and instantly engage the lats and rotator cuff muscles in a way not fully realized by the simple get-up, or at least until you start using much heavier loads. This type of multi-plane resistance is sometimes referred to as chaos tension, and should never be attempted without first building a solid foundation of strength in basic movements, like the simple get-up, the deadlift, the squat, the pull-up, and the press. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me through my website, www.kettlebellsedmonton.com, and there will be many more Machine Shop Solutions to come, so make sure to subscribe.